We are right back in Silver Sanctuary with chapter 3 of our money game trilogy. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I like number 2 a lot, so I had to go ahead and run this one right back to back. It starts with a piano. Y'all know me. I love pianos. I love Ren's creative work and his instrumentation. So I hope this is going to be a really good one. I know it is. In 9 minutes too. This looks like it's gearing up to be another good story. Let's get into it. Even the start there, look how he emphasizes it. Ooh, you can hear the clack of the keys or his fingers on the keys without him hitting. I like that. Okay. The camera work. It's crazy. Okay. I'm pausing this. Before we get into it, first of all, with Samuel, is that, I forgot who Samuel was in relation to Ren. Is that the same person that's been doing all these videos with the high Ren and that kind of stuff? The camera work on this is crazy. The direction of this, the creativity, creative approach already with this is crazy. How we see the minute movements in his fingers, I love that. As a production person, I love like seeing the piano and stuff, the inner workings, all that. But then we follow him around with like that with the camera. This is going like very hard already. Listen to it. And you can see we're going with our same theme that we did in the first video, right? The money game part 1. So with the person playing the music being captive. Playing beautifully. I know y'all don't like me pausing these solos, but I got to talk about this though. Like the camera, the way he's panning it, the way it's obscured, like the music has that ding, 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 like that weird dissonant sound, and then we're also skewing the camera angle together. Like that's very intentional, and I feel like that needs to be pointed out. And I love the way we can see like the framing where you get both of these great quality shots of him in this in the reflection of the piano. Like all of that is purposeful, and all of it is catching my eyes and my ears. So I have to pause this stuff. Let's get into it. All that. That's fire. He wasn't on the ground. It looked like it. All right. It's his shift. Don't know how long he's been playing. He's just been playing. Kind of startled. So he can see through it enough. I think the fact that he didn't do that before kind of begs the question, is this mirror new in the room, or why didn't he take that off before if they had access to that? That's my thought process right now. Just so y'all know how I'm thinking. Nice. I love all that stuff. Okay. I like how raw it is.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 years old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematic equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult,
this
but
is so
he's
hard.
practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to fill warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
Okay, so he's on top of the world. I'm gonna have to bring all this back.
35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate, kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
Oh shoot. They sat down into his signature wheelchair. That was hard. The framing, you can't even see it. I like that. The fact that this has all been, I think it's all been one shot, I'm pretty sure. Even with the camera work we've had, it's been incredible. Wow, I love that they just went to this now, too.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy.
Nice.
He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41, he wasn't walking. 42, not words, mine, mine, gimme. 41, he wasn't walking. 42, not walking quickly. 43, never running round the pavements of his city. 44, inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him. And it's a version of she. And it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way
that's
we
what I
live
was
is
saying, thinking.
Fuck for money and fame. Call the music.
Huh. So fourth wall breaking all the time.
This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy. Community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution?
So this is similar to number 1, I would say, in the direction of it. What's important is what he does with the gun. Empty the clip.
Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive with parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds.
I like the vocal inflections right now.
Who grow upon the surface then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
They're really helping him sell it with these vocal inflections in that particular part.
"45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair.
I feel this.
He is everything he wants. He is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father. It's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Man. Hey, Ren is crazy. He's crazy for this last scene just alone. First of all, I realized I didn't really make the connection that he was in the wheelchair and he got up to do this whole monologue, right? Like, I didn't really think about that. I don't know what the significance is of that yet. Like, you know, I can draw a couple conclusions, but he gets back in the wheelchair. Where do we get the rain? He just got the rain just falling on him. I love it. We still got them sitting there perfectly frozen, basically. And now he's just...
45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a
Chillin'.
wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants. He is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants. He is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father. It's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money
game. Man, I love that motif. I love that motif he keeps going back to. This was I forgot I didn't even really bring this back because there was so much that was going on and I couldn't really talk. I forgot how long this video was. This is another one where I said Ren's songs do not seem that long. This was 9 minutes and I paused a little bit and then rewinded some. So this was like 10 minutes. It just didn't seem that long at all. And I gotta remember what all I saw. I know for sure I wanted to talk about the instrumentation through this entire piece. It was remarkable to me, honestly. I completely forgot we started with the piano segment. That's a whole man. I've already said my piece about that, so I'm not going to do that, but I'm not going to elaborate more, but like this whole sequence, yeah, let's rewatch this part real quick. I wish I could play like that. It's a beautiful Yamaha piano too. Right here. It's just... yeah, even right there. I don't think it cut. It might have cut right there. Yeah, either way. That's like this. It's a one shot. The acting, I hope you all appreciate Ren's acting the way I have through the entire my exploration so far, because his acting is like one of the top tier things about his characteristics, in my opinion. There's so much to appreciate, and the storytelling. I love how he plays with silence. I've said that before multiple times, but like he stops, like you're vibing to that, but then it just instantly cuts because of the theme, the plot, what's going on. So like there's a lot like that is just purposefully done, and like it's changed. The vibe is so the atmosphere is created. Like he creates what he wants you to hear. Like at the end with all the rain coming down, I said I feel this because I like with the symphony going and him just sitting there taking it with a gun in the hand, like all of that. He paints a very vivid picture. He's really good at doing that. Like you can't see these guys' faces. You can barely see their heads, and you can see every bit of emotion. Like that's Ren, right? Yeah. And you can see every bit of emotion that he's portraying right now. Angst, right? Apprehension, weariness. Curiosity. Let me go ahead and so I don't want to make this super long. Let me continue to where I wanted to focus on. How did he start this? So, and obviously I know you guys already know this, but he did the whole 1, 2, 3 all the way up to 45. He started 1 and 40 the same way, or 1 and 41. So the story about Jimmy.
1 year old and his first words were mine, gimme.
Obviously, he said in the 41 he was like regretting the words or hating the words, despising the words mine, gimme. So he's making that connection, right? I know you all pick up on that, especially if you guys watch these videos all the time. I'm just letting you know that I pick up on it too.
2 years old, he was walking. 3 years old, walking quickly.
And in the end, he said, walking. It was pretty much saying he said 2 years old, not walking. 3 years old, not walking quickly. Yeah, I picked up on that too. Or I heard it when he said it. I was like, I know what he's doing. I like stuff like that. I've done stuff like that with numbers and stuff too. I love that kind of stuff, the theme, you know?
4 years old, he was running round the pavements of
They said he wasn't doing that in the last.
5 years old, and his daddy told him, listen.
The other good one was it number 30? At 35. 35, he got a call. I'm pretty sure. I'll just go in order and keep going through it. I like this. 8 praise.
Usual grades, now student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends.
I think we're gonna watch this.
His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex.
Yeah, I didn't want to stop this, but this next segment, that he's getting those vocal inflections, he's getting the rhythm to it.
Tells him, son,
the melody.
Money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects.
Last time I did that, I was focused on the lyrics. I need to focus on the picture of this part.
Solving complex mathematical equations at 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16.
The thing on the desk is the money game part 1, right?
He develops.
Still got the person killing the piano the whole time, by the way.
Complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17 and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18 and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in products.
All right, this whole part goes crazy, ridiculous. I can't stress. I'm trying to find like better words to kind of convey what I'm trying to say. Like, I wish I could play the piano as skillfully as these people. Ren and is Samuel the other guy? I just thought about that. Is that Samuel? Amazing. Him on the piano is able to switch up the style and the atmosphere of each segment, and that's what I really love about this song. One of the things I really love. So we're going here. 18
and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can.
It's like a dark, like heavy, and there are words I'm sure that are actual like musical terms I can use to describe, but it's a eerie, dark, like it's going, we're getting into stuff. Now we take this turn after he turns 18, which is obviously another turn, or after he turns 19. And look what we get into. Now watch how this tone changes, just completely flips into this like, hold up.
19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20.
Now it's like up upbeat. It's like flourishing. It makes me think of like the 20s or something, 1920s. We're in 2020 now. Geez. It makes me think about like that time, like of like just bubbliness, you know, that kind of thing, while his career is flourishing now.
He doubled down deposits, 21 his income rockets, 22 he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23 a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine, then the lie will sell
I gotta look more at the video because I didn't pay enough attention to the background and stuff the first time around.
itself. 23 a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine, 24 he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name, 25 and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26 a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27 dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28 inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race.
Going so
you're just
hard.
a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31 a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba.
I wish I could play the piano like this. Like he's doing all that himself. That's crazy.
For his daddy's approval,
Like I'm just thinking about how much this sets the tone for this entire movie that we're watching. Like you got the bass, but you got all that up top. That that's really setting the tempo. Like it's just like, overall just very illustrative.
Imports over borders from the exports
It's
out of
audio
Cuba,
that enhances the video.
Grams growing kilos to tons. He's 33 filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34 turf war.
Now we go to the like strictly bass now because it's like we're going into like we're getting to the darker stuff now with the context subject matter. And now the piano's down low.
31 a big maneuver for his daddy's
See,
approval.
we're still up high
Imports over borders
because we're doing
from the
good.
exports out of
But
Cuba.
now
32 moving grams
it's dirty.
growing kilos to
Down low.
tons. He's 33 filling warehouses with powder and
See?
guns. 34 turf war with nobody to stop
Now
it.
we're all over the world.
Blind eye from the popo inside of his pocket.
And that, in case nobody knows what that means, blind eye from the. That means that in his pocket, in his command, his control is a blind eye from the popo. Popo means police. Blind eye means that they're giving him a favor by looking away when he does something. So he's selling this stuff, he's making this stuff happen, and he has a favor from the cops. Basically, maybe he's on they're on his payroll, but he has a favor. He has them in his pocket. They're turning a blind eye. So he's on top of the world. That's all this vision is saying.
Inside of his pocket.
This visual. Look how happy his pocket. Like he's chilling, laid back. Now look how we change again. This right here jumps right into it. I love this how he did this.
35. He gets a call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack. I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product.
And his voice.
37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38.
This whole segment, his acting, he's getting back into. I mean, he's been acting the whole time. I love that about it. To me, this is like watching a little short film. Like he's just acting the whole time through it very well. And then they're great with this camera work. Is that Samuel? Which one's Samuel? They're great with the camera work. And he's following him around. Like this section has so much power because of both of them.
Had a heart attack. I'm sorry, he's gone. 36.
And it's all one
pissed
shot.
off, abusing his product. 37. Eyes glazed, disposition demonic.
Look at it.
38.
The zoom.
With a prostitute, a moment of passion. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39. Getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra.
I love how they
One
did that.
in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so he did all that, all for the bottles. Is also like I wonder if is it just stuff crashing down, or is it like him picking the bottle back up? It's not him putting the bottle down, right? It could just be symbolic. But yeah, he did all that, and of course ends up where he is now. I want to watch all this. I want to be like, I want to get to the important parts, but it's all so hard to skip.
Let me tell you a story about.
Oh, the
a
other
boy
point.
named Jimmy.
The other point is we're going back to our motif. We're bringing it back to the theme, the original theme again. Story about a boy named Jimmy. I think this is where we go to the 40s. But they're changing up the entire atmosphere again, the entire tone, the environment, everything about this is different. The shot they were framed in, everything's symmetrical pretty much, with the different raw instruments there. No piano, it's emotional type instruments rather than like that groovy, like bouncy, tempo type instrument. These aren't really there for tempo, they're more for the feel, the emotion that they evoke.
He was 40 and he cursed the words mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold, but those riches turn to rubble and perspective evolves, weighing heavy on his conscience.
And you have a bit of a lens flare coming through. You can see some of the sunlight. I could barely see that.
Is the value of
yeah,
gold.
There we go.
Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free.
Yeah, that was intentional. All of this is nice. They're crafting this very well.
Money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me, and it's a version of him, and it's a version.
Oh yeah, I can't believe I forgot to say that. I was gonna say this like halfway through the video, the original watch, that I feel like I'm pretty sure he was just saying that all of that, like that person, is essentially everybody. Like not exactly obviously how they did it, but that person is just an example of how that happens to everybody. So a lot of people, I mean, it can happen to everybody. You work hard and you get like everything you want, or you work hard to spend your whole life working for what you want, and then even if you do finally get it, like it can all come crashing down. Sometimes you have to do so much. Like people say they hate the idea of billionaires, which I feel like is probably something Ren would say. And it's like you have to do a lot of things to kind of get to that point is the thing. So like there's a lot of this person represents,
and it's a version of you.
This version represents everybody in some way, pretty much. Like it's just a metaphor essentially. So like that's what I was gonna say.
No escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Call the music.
And then we stop that. So here we go again, breaking that fourth wall, being immersive. And then I like this line.
Entertainment. This is real life.
Can it be both?
The way we live is lunacy. Community it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide.
Obviously, I can sit here and watch all of this, but let's see anything else. So I like this stuff I like how he incorporates the acting, but like just I don't know what to say, like role playing. Basically like when he goes silent and just plays a role, and he's like there's minimalistic music in this part, minimal music in this section, but then like it's just a segue. Now he goes into this part and we get into this, which I love, which is a great ending. Like he's great with playing with silence, like I say, and the actions.
45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants. He is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father. It's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
And then he presses on the trigger of a money game. I love that theme. I'm kind of upset that this is the last time I'm gonna hear it, because I love that idea, that theme, that motif, that and the fingers on the trigger of a money game. That thing, rain, 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 rain. It's easier to blame. Yeah, I know I skipped the part, but I like all that. I'm just thinking about it. I'm thinking back to like episode 1 now, chapter 1. This is interesting. I don't know. I feel like there's probably a lot I could pick up on still that I haven't. Geez, this is almost 30 minutes. Let me cut this off. But I like how it turned out. Yeah, let me know what I missed. Appreciate y'all joining me on this journey in the sanctuary. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I have.